Hi guys, it's day 30. I can't even hardly believe it. Well, let's sit up nice and tall, bring the hands together in front of the heart, take a moment setting your intention. Maybe your intention could be just a lovely congratulations for you completing your challenge or anything else. I hope that you have noticed some benefits in your body and your mind through this challenge. So make our way forward and then find child's pose with the arms extended in front. So the hips will reach back to the heels. They don't have to touch. The forehead might touch the floor, might not. Just find some length through your spine. And breathing here, come into your Ujjayi Pranayama. As you exhale, sweep your hands to your low back, interlace the fingers or hook the thumbs, and start to lift the arms any amount. So a little shoulder stretch. And then let's release that and reach the arms forward again. Stretch them out, stretch out the spine again. Now sweep them to the low back again, interlace other pinky or thumb on top. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, again lift the arms any amount. Just lift until you get a stretch. You can also hold a strap here if the shoulders are not really cooperating at the moment. So as promised the other day, today we are moving toward a headstand. So reach the arms forward, we'll come on up. Sitting back on the heels, this is called Vajrasana. And then let's take the left ear toward the left shoulder. Take your left hand and just put it on your head, not pulling, just resting. And then right arm to the right and flex your right wrist. So you're stretching out the neck a little bit. Stretching out the side body gently. And then head to center. And then right ear to right shoulder. Lift your right arm up. Just let it rest on the side of the head, not pulling. Left arm out to the left, flexing your wrist. So you might feel a stretch all the way from your fingertips up through your neck. Or just maybe toward the neck. Let the shoulder blades release. Release any tension in your jaw. And then come back to center. We're going to take the left ear to the left shoulder and then chin toward chest and then right ear to right shoulder. Look up gently and then go back the other way. Moving over left ear to left shoulder. And looking up a little, chin toward chest, over to the right. Looking up just slightly and then chin toward chest and to the left. And then look up maybe a little bit more if that's okay on your neck. Go back and forth to the right, to the left, and then back to center. I'm going to come onto the hands and the knees. And turn your inner elbows forward gently as you make your way into downward facing dog. Now the inner elbows won't stay moving forward. They're probably going to face each other. But that's the action in the arms that we want. And then start to bicycle the legs as you warm up here in your first down dog. So if it's hard for you to get length in the spine, bend the knees, take the belly back toward the thighs, and then straighten out the legs any amount, or keep them bent. It's better to have some length in the spine here. We do lots of hamstring stretching in other poses. On your inhale, come forward into plank pose. Keep the backs of the knees lifted, but put the knees down anytime. Instead of letting your hips go down and your back arch, or instead of letting your butt come up in the air, try and keep your shoulders and your hips about in the same line. Knees can be up or down, shift forward, exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Take your arms alongside your torso and then inhale, lift up into Shalabhasana, lifting the inner thighs up as you go. Keep the back of your neck nice and long. And then come up onto the knees and tuck your toes under And stretch back again into downward facing dog. Arms are shoulders distance, feet are hips width. You may have heard a door in the background. That was Duke coming in and out. Step the feet forward. Take an inhale, look up, lengthen. As you exhale, fold. Crown of the head reaching down. And then press with the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Ribs in. Exhale to Samastitihi. Coming to the front of your mat, find your Tadasana Pose. Pressing evenly through the feet. Inner thighs will spin back, tailbone will reach down. Widen across the collarbones. Allow your shoulder blades to draw down so you can lift the shoulders up, back, and then down, and then let the chest widen. Lifting up. Inhale, sweep the arms out, around, and up. Triceps still, spin forward. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold over the legs. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, and step back. Plank pose. Knees up or down. Chaturanga, shoulders no lower than elbows. Inhale, upward dog, thighs and knees off the floor, or go to cobra. And then exhale, down dog. So again, we're going to need some belly muscles engaged here. We're also going to need some nice warm shoulders for our headstand. Incidentally, if you have any neck injuries or high blood pressure that's not controlled, so look forward, step or hop up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press with the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up to Samastitihi. Good. So high blood pressure, glaucoma, ladies' vacation, you will skip the inversion. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, folding forward, hinge from your hips. Inhale, halfway up, chest forward. And exhale, step back into plank. Chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, tuck the toes into down dog. Also, if you have any neck injuries, you can skip the inversion. So stretching back here, spread the fingers nice and wide. Press into the base of your fingers as your forearms lift away from the mat. Look forward to the hands, bend the knees, hips high, step or hop up. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold in, bending the knees as needed. Inhale, press for the feet, reach out, around, and up, ribs in. So watch that back, we don't want to overarch it. And exhale, hands to heart. And again, sweep the arms up on your inhale. Exhale and fold. On the inhale, look up and lengthen. And as you exhale, step or float back. Remember, if you float back, bend your elbows. Never have to, but if you do. Inhale, upward facing dog, inner thighs spin up. Exhale, lift the hips for down dog. Stretch back here. Arms and ears are in line. Inner thighs are spinning back. Ribs and belly draw in and up. Keep the breath nice and steady. Look to the hands, bend the knees, step or hop your feet up. Take an inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, fold. And then press down through the feet, inhaling up. And to Samastitihi, exhale. Back to Tadasana at the front of your mat. Now bend the knees, inhale, come to Utkatasana into chair pose, tailbone down. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, come halfway up, chest forward, and exhale back to plank and lower down chaturanga. Inhale, press into the hands and the feet. Exhale, lift the hips and stretch all the way back. Step your right foot up, your back foot is flat. Inhale for warrior one, pull the right hip back gently. And then exhale right back down to plank and through chaturanga. Inhale into up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Left foot steps, the back foot is flat. Inhale, warrior one, heel to heel alignment with your feet. Keep the ribs drawn in here as well. Exhale and lower back down. Inhale, press through your hands and feet. Roll the shoulder heads back gently. Exhale, tuck the toes and stretch back. This is Surya Namaskar B. So reconnect with your breath, even it out here in your down dog, or take the knees down, rest, push the pause button. Always want our breath to be steady. And look to the hands, bend the knees, keep your hips high, either step or hop your feet up. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold in. Bend the knees, inhale, drop the hips, arms up by the ears, tailbone down. Exhale, back to the front of the mat in Tadasana. Bend the knees again, inhale, chair pose, and exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look up. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward dog. As you inhale, the right foot steps, back foot is flat, warrior one on your inhale. Right knee over ankle, pull the right hip back. Hips are trying to be level. Exhale, step back. You can go to down dog and stay, or make your way to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, back to down dog. Look forward, left foot steps, back foot is flat. Inhale, warrior one, squaring hips toward the front. Exhale, and right to down dog or back to plank, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And breathing here. Remember, take a break if you want to break. Stretch back and then look up, bending the knees, step or hop your feet to your hands. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Utkatasana. Inhale, weight is in the heels. And then exhale. Keep the knees bent, interlace fingers behind you. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, belly to thighs. And then start to straighten the legs any amount as you fold and reach the arms up and maybe over. A little more shoulder stretching. Crown of the head will reach down. Hips above the heels if your legs are totally straight. Start to bend the knees again. Come back into chair pose. Sink back, Utkatasana. Weight is in the heels. Inner thighs spin down. Shins press back. Sweep the arms again to the low back. Interlace other pinky on top. Inhale, open up the chest. Widen the collarbones. Exhale, belly toward thighs. And then straighten the legs any amount. Reach the crown of your head down toward the floor. So carefully try to shift the weight toward the balls of the feet if the legs are straight. Breathe here. Keep your belly drawing in gently. And then rebend the knees. Release the hands, Utkatasana, arms up. And just one more breath here. And then to standing. Back to Tadasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Grab your opposite elbows and hang, bending the knees as you like. And just gently rock here side to side. Let your neck be long and your head, let it be heavy. And inhale, halfway up, chest forward. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Lower through chaturanga, knees can be up or down. Inhale, pressing into up dog. And then exhale, lift the hips and stretch all the way back to down dog. Lift your right leg up on your inhale. Exhale, look forward, step it between the hands. And this time, stay on the ball of your back foot for Crescent Pose. So going to bend the back knee, drop your tailbone down, lift your frontal hip points up. Pull the right hip back, belly in. Keep all that straight in the back leg as much as you can and reach up through the arms. Spin your triceps forward. And let your shoulder blades release gently toward the waist. Make sure your right knee is over the ankle and keep your front ribs drawing in. Now hover over your front thigh. Keep pulling the right hip back and then take your left arm across and twist. As you inhale, create length through your spine. As you exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. Instead of letting your belly rest on your right leg, see if you can create space there. So you're lengthening through your torso. And then almost fell there. Inhale, come back up into crescent. Now straighten the front leg, walk the back foot in about half a foot. Bend your left elbow point straight up. Bring your right hand behind for Gomukhasana arms. If you can clasp hands, do. Otherwise, hold on to your shirt. Lengthen your tailbone down. In not too much with the ribs out though. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, start to come forward. Let your right shoulder continue to lift up and your left elbow continue to be in line with the ear. So you're spinning your left tricep in toward the ear. Press onto the base of the big toe of the right foot. Inner thighs are drawing in like you're holding a block there. Firm the back leg. Make sure you're pressing down through the outer edge of the foot. Now take the hands to the floor, bend the knee as much as you need to, and step back, plank pose, or go right to down dog. Otherwise, move chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back into down dog. Lift the left leg up from the inner thigh. We're going to keep the hips level here. Exhale, step it up by the left hand and stand the ball of the back foot for high lunge. Bend the back knee, drop your tailbone down, lifting your hip bones up to create length through the back and the torso. Shoulders are back, front ribs are drawing in, lift up through the back ribs to create some length. Spin the triceps forward, arrow straight arms. Pull the left hip back. Keep the breath steady as you lengthen and then reach forward over the thigh. Create length here. Keep pulling the left hip back and then bend the right elbow. Take it across. Press your palms together. As you inhale, see if you can create more length through the spine. As you exhale, pull the left hip back as you maybe twist in a little bit deeper. You don't have to. Just see if you have any space. Use your belly muscles to help your twist first and then maybe that arm against the leg. Inhale, squeeze the legs, come back to center. Walk your back foot in about a foot, straighten the front leg. Bend your right elbow. Take your left arm behind your back. Or clasp or hold your shirt. Spin your right tricep forward. Keep the left shoulder head drawing back. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, hinge from the hips to come forward. So instead of rounding the back, we're going to keep the spine very, very long. Press onto the base of the big toe of your left foot, drawing the left hip back. Press through the outer edge of the back foot. The back thigh spins back. Hold an imaginary block between the inner thighs. Now bring the hands to the mat and then step back into down dog and stay. Or if you'd like to take a vinyasa, you can inhale to plank, exhale chaturanga, inhaling up dog, exhaling back to down dog. Then make your way onto your knees. I'm going to practice Dolphin Pose. Interlace the fingers. Take your elbows down underneath the shoulders, not wider. Interlace all the way up to the webbing in your fingers. Tuck your toes and lift up. So if you've got a rounded back, if you cannot get your back to lengthen and your shoulder blades to press toward your chest, that's an indication to not go up into a headstand. So check to see if you can get length through the spine and lift your shoulders away from the floor. And then rest. Take a child's pose. So if your upper back is rounded in dolphin, we can't go upside down because we won't have enough strength to keep our neck safe. So again, we'll bend the elbows, interlacing the fingers, and then tuck the toes, lift up. So can you press your chest back toward the thighs and lift the shoulder blades up toward the waist as they press toward the chest? Those are the actions. As you press onto the elbows and the forearms, the shoulders lift up. Now step back about a foot. Bring your chest forward for Dolphin Plank. If this is too difficult to hold, it's a good indication you're not quite ready for the headstand yet, because you need a lot of core strength for this one. We got to protect our necks. So if you're dropping down or lifting up too high, we want the shoulders and hips about in the same line. Now we're going to roll to the right side. Lift the left arm up. This is side plank with dolphin arms, so forearm plank. Come back to dolphin. Feet together, roll to the left side, and right arm is reaching up. Bring the top hip gently forward, just a little bit. Keep the belly lifted, tailbones reaching to heels. We're really challenging the core muscles. And then back to Dolphin Plank. Crown of the head's reaching forward, backs the knees are lifting. Continue breathing, and then walk the feet in, back to Dolphin. Keep your ribs and belly in. Keep stretching back. And then rest. Take the knees down, take a break. So it's important in a headstand that we only have about 30% of the weight on our head. So we need to find the crown of the head. So right at the tip top, you can put your thumbs kind of in your ears and where your middle fingers touch at the top of the head. That's about the crown. We're going to place that crown onto the floor. Just like in Dolphin, tuck the toes and lift the knees. Now practice pressing into the forearms and elbows and lifting the shoulders up, lifting the head off the floor. See if that works for you. Now lift the right leg up from the inner thigh and then set it down. Left leg up from the inner thigh. Don't let the hip open up. And then set it down. Keep lifting the shoulders up away from the floor. So again, you want about only 30% of the weight on the head or less. That way we keep our neck nice and safe. Child's pose to rest. Now bring yourself over to a wall. Again, I don't have a wall, so I got to use a tree. Interlace your fingers and take your knuckles all the way to the wall. I'm not going to touch the tree because it just doesn't work with the ground the way it is. But you touch your knuckles to the wall, all the way up to the wall. Take the very crown of the head onto the floor. Back of the head rests gently in the hands. Walk your feet up. Take one leg up as high as you can. Find the wall and let the other leg follow. It's important to not kick up into a headstand. You can keep your feet on the wall. Now remember, press into the forearms and lift the shoulders up away from the floor. Pull the belly in, squeeze the legs. Tailbones reaching up to the heels. Only 30% or less weight on the head. And then let's come on down and take a child's pose. So if you're not doing a headstand today, you can stay with Dolphin Pose, or you can swing your legs up the wall. That's a nice little inversion too. Take a rest here. Any pain in the neck, you're going to skip the next one. It's not quite there yet. It's totally fine. Interlace the fingers again, knuckles to the wall. Place the very crown of the head down onto the floor, back of the head rests gently in the hands. Walk your feet up, and then lift one leg up as high as you can. Let the other leg follow. Keep lifting the shoulders away from the floor. You can keep your feet on the wall, or maybe you can start to practice your balance a little. But squeeze the legs like you're holding a block. Pull the belly in, lift the shoulders up toward the waist. And remember, the more you can press down and lift up, the less weight on the head, the better. And then start to bend your knees. You can take one leg down at a time, or you can challenge yourself. Both knees down in toward the belly, and then come down into a child's pose and rest. Shirsasana headstand. Baddha Shirsasana, bound hand headstand. That's what we did. I'm going to turn and then away from the wall, face the front of the mat. Make your way to down dog. So this is important. We want to release the neck. So in down dog, you just kind of move your head a little bit. Nodding yes, turning it no. And then inhale to plank pose. Chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhaling up dog or cobra. And then lift the hips back into downward dog. Look up, either step or lightly hop to seated. And onto the back for bridge pose. Feet hips distance apart, outer edges of your feet stay parallel. Press into the heels, lift into bridge. Interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders under or not. Keep the palms flat. Spiral the thighs in like you have the block between the legs. Keep the chin away from the chest. Tailbone's going to reach toward the backs of your knees. And the chest and collarbones widen. And then come down to rest. Take the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop apart. Supta Baddha Konasana. I like this pose. Then we'll take the feet again to the mat, outer edges of the feet parallel, arms by your sides for bridge, or maybe you'll go up to wheel. Elbows will point straight up. Pause at the crown of the head. Line up your wrists under your shoulder or under your elbows. Keep your elbows parallel and then press up. Toes point gently in toward each other. They're going to want to turn out. Try not to let them. And find all that length again. Tailbone toward backs of knees. The chest is pressing toward the top of your mat. And then chin into the chest to come down. Soles of feet together, knees apart to rest. So if you've got a block handy, you can take a supported bridge as well, or another regular bridge, or a wheel pose, your choice. Feet are hips width, heels under knees. I'm going to take wheel, so hands up by the ears, fingertips face the heels. First to the crown of the head, line up the elbows and wrists, and then stretch out. Spiral the thighs in like you're holding a block between the legs, and find length. So the chest is moving toward the back of the mat. The tailbone is moving toward the front, like someone's got they're pulling you in two different directions. And then come on down, hug your knees into your chest. And rocking here gently side to side. Start to rock back and forth. Take a couple rocks all the way up and down the spine. Come up to seated or roll off to the right and press yourself up. Sit up nice and tall in Dandasana. And then bend your right knee for Janusirsasana. And inhale, the arms reach. Shift toward, turn your torso toward the straight leg. Exhale and hinge from the hips forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to extend. The right knee, if it's up real high, you can put a block underneath your right leg or roll up a towel or blanket. Keep pulling the left toes back, crown of the head's reaching toward the foot. Again, lengthening instead of rounding the back. Inhale, head up, and exhale, release. We'll keep the legs in the same position. Take your left hand behind your back. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm to the outside of the left leg, or maybe reach for the left foot. It's a little twist. So as you inhale, get length. On your exhale, twist. Roll the left shoulder open. Keep the spine nice and long. Now head to center, inhale, and unwind. Straighten out the right leg and bend your left. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, turn toward the straight leg, hinge from the hips forward. Inhale, find length. Keep the length as you exhale forward. Now, as always, never matters how deeply you come in, just get a great stretch. Keep pulling the right toes back to keep the right leg active and engaged. And breathe. Most importantly, breathe. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, release. Right hand behind the back. Left arm up. Get nice and tall first on your inhale, and then take it across to the outside of the leg or the outside of the foot and twist. Every inhale, see if you can get some length, and as you exhale, roll the shoulder back and twist. Inhale, head to center. Exhale to unwind. Extend both legs out. Then bend the knees, take the feet onto the floor so you can roll onto your back. Take your right ankle just past your left knee for thread the needle. Hold on to your left shin, or you can hold behind the thigh. You can extend the leg up, and that'll give you a bigger stretch in the hip. It's another option. Or other option, you can cradle the right leg, extend the left leg out. This is a pretty strong opening in the hip. So be mindful that you aren't taking it too deeply. Sometimes the deepest expression of the pose isn't the best on that day. Take your left ankle just past the right knee, drawing left hip forward. Hold on to the right shin or hold on behind the thigh. Keep your left ankle flexed. You can stay with that or extend the right leg up, going in a little deeper. Or maybe cradling the left leg and extending the right leg out onto the floor. Again, watching. It's not too deep, just a nice stretch. And then we'll release the leg. Now keep the feet as wide as the mat and then let the knees drop off to the left. You can pick up your left foot rested on your right knee if you like, and then look to the right. It's a little twist. And come back to the center. Keep the feet as wide as the mat. Drop the knees off to the left, looking right, and maybe picking up the left heel and resting it on the right knee. Keep the breath steady, steady. Inhale the knees to center, head to center. Reach your tailbone toward the backs of your knees and then stretch out your legs. Let your feet flop open. Bring your arms by your sides with your palms faced up. Let everything completely relax. So our quote today I'll read now. It's a little bit longer one. And then after that you can just rest. This is by Robert A. Ward. I wish you the courage to be warm when the world would prefer that you be cool. I wish you success sufficient to your needs. I wish you failure to temper that success. I wish you joy in all your days. I wish you sadness so that you may better measure joy. I wish you gladness to overbalance grief. I wish you humor and a twinkle in the eye. I wish you glory and strength to bear its burdens. I wish you sunshine on your path and storms to season your journey. I wish you peace in the world in which you live and in the smallest corner of your heart where truth is kept. I wish you faith to help define your living and your life. More I cannot wish you except perhaps love to make all the rest worthwhile. Thank you for joining us. Take a nice long stretch through the arms and the legs. Bend the knees, rolling to the right. And then we'll press ourselves up to seated. Now just to remind you, there is a 90-day challenge that you might want to try now if you want to keep going. Sit up nice and tall, hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Let's bring our hands to the heart center, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communication, sending out wonderful, wonderful energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Again, thank you so much. You did a wonderful, amazing job. Wow, 30 days in a row. Or maybe they weren't totally in a row, but you did 30 days. I want to thank you and ask you to please subscribe and push like and visit fightmasteryoga.com. All of that good stuff. Share this with your friends. I am eternally grateful to all of you, all of the comments and all the wonderful messages that I receive. I am super blessed, and I'll show you why else I'm super blessed. Here comes Indy and Stone and Duke. It's the whole family, and we say, yay, good job, woo, yes.